Hey everybody, welcome back to the Truck Driver Sean YouTube channel. Today we're going to do a review of the Vesta, which in my opinion, no bad crack to the other guys out there, but I think the Vesta stuff that's out there so far really isn't that good as far as like what it can do. There's people that can record or have the ability to record better than I can and can play better than I can, which is really sad that I'm not seeing what I want to see in the reviews. So I'm just going to start right off by saying for me the Vesta is better than the Ceres. The Ceres is super important. It's a great pedal. I have one. I'll never part with it. But the Vesta for me leaves you room to, one, use a boost pedal or a reverb pedal correctly. And as somebody who has a crap ton of pedals, if I showed you this shelf, it's embarrassing the amount of them I have because it doesn't make you a better player. It's just sort of like, why buy 2 crayons when you can buy the 48 color box, right? I use them for coloring. I'm pretty fortunate. Most of the amps I have are pretty good. There's no problems with amps. All right. So today's chain is, I don't have a KSR speaker cab. I'm working on it because I want to have one for my cab collection. Oddly enough, to replace my faithful Jens Benz. It's just time to retire that thing. It's old and beat up. It's got issues. But we're using the Fortin 2x12 coming straight out of the KSR PA50 into the Vesta, and then for an overdrive I got the Inerta overdrive by Parks Custom Pedals, PCP pedals, and of course using a Gorilla guitar. That's it. There's really no secrets or anything going on. I'm not using a noise gate, so she might squeal a little bit. She's running a lot of power. I run shit hot, so yeah. So we'll start with the clean, which you'll get just the straight PA50. Turn the Inerta drive off. All right, and then if we put it on the KSR clean, that's it in the middle. Turn it all the way down. Then we'll turn it all the way up. Like it just kind of right in the middle, maybe a little off axis. clean capabilities go, that's it. You can turn it up as far as more volume, but you kind of want everything balanced out. So I always keep the volumes right on half, but with the clean channels, it's not as powerful as the gain channels. I do put it just a scooch, nooche up above center. But that's pretty much what you got. So the next one will be the blue channel, which I believe is the rhythm channel. So that's kind of just got a nice little rock and roll So if you're familiar with the Ceres, you kind of have the same control layout that you had with the Ceres, except for where the Ceres is like a high, super tight gain, sort of like the Orthos and the Ares from the actual amps that he builds. This one's more like the Juno, which is kind of more, it's kind of classic voiced, but it still has a ton of gain. I mean, obviously, this gain not hurting for gain. Alright, then you go to the next channel, which is, whoops, this button. The purple channel, which is the lead channel. Again, it just sounds really good. Alright, so I'm just going to flick some switches real quick. That's the bright switch. Then we have the feel switch. We're going to go all the way down. In the middle. And all the way up. Alright, then you have the mode switch. Mode switch all the way down. switch all the way up. All right, so we're gonna squeals in the back that gain up, stop it from squealing. We're going to punch into the inertia drive to show you that with an overdrive you can go right to metal town. Alright, so that just fucking slays. Like I said, no knock against the other guys putting videos out, but really, for me, the Vesta covers it all. If you play blues, you play country, you play rock and roll, you play hard rock, you play metal. This thing will even get into doom territory. That's right, son. Doom. I know what you're saying. It can really doom? Like, for reals? It can fucking doom? Well, yes, it can. I'll show you. I'll show you. Let's do it. Forgot to turn off the inner drive. Doom, son. Now, if you want that real super duper fuzzy, that's where you get to put your overdrive pedal on, right? So we want the overdrive pedal to really get kind of nasty. So we turn it on like so. It rocks, it countries, it blueses, it does the cleans. It kind of does everything. All right. Again, the chain I used, we'll start right here. From my right hand to the pick, to the gorilla. All right? Go gorilla dick with gorilla, son. Woo! All right. That going into the narrative drive by Parks Custom Pedals, PCP pedals. Going into the Vesta by KSR. Going into the PA50 by KSR. Into the Fortin Amplification 2x12. That's it. There's nothing going on except for that. It's literally that simple. No fuckery, no shenanigans. And at the end of the day, if you're a metal player and you're like, the series is just so tight. It's so tight that you can't even squeeze a fart out. This is for you, okay? It's a little loosey-goosey. You can put your favorite overdrive pedal on it. I'm going to do a video where I put tons of overdrives on it, just showing like the way different overdrives color it. Yeah, I've put a bunch against it. And oddly enough, the one thing that didn't work, Kyle's going to want to like kill me for saying this, but the one thing that didn't work for me was the arrows. Pretty much everything else has done pretty well. But for some reason, the arrows just didn't quite do it. But someone gave me a little inside information about putting the arrows in front of it instead of on the back side of it. That I did not try, but I will try it. Because, why not? Why not? All right, very cool. Well, unplug this. I'm going to come up and give you a little look at it, and then I'm going to zip on out of here. So if you would, be so kind, if you're still sitting here 22 minutes later, listening to my ignorant shit, subscribe to my channel. It would really help out. Every subscriber helps, because when people look at what you're doing, this is a hobby for me, so obviously I can't afford to go out and buy a ton of shit and to have tons of content. You don't make no money off YouTube. There's some people doing it, but look at the views I get. I'm doing what the hell I'm doing. All right, so let's put that on standby. Put the guitar pick over here. Put the guitar down, which you should never do, by the way. Never put your guitar down. Throw women out windows before you put up guitars. Just kidding. Don't throw any women out windows. At least not on my behest. All right. So here we go. That is the Vesta. If you have a Ceres, it looks exactly like the Ceres. Now, here's a little something I didn't talk about, because I have a little short video that you've probably already seen. This is not normally part of it. I don't know how good it will look there, but it got destroyed. I contacted Kyle over at KSR, and he's a little bummed it happened to. But I'm going to send it back to him. I don't think I'm going to have that fixed unless he says it's imperative to keep the inside safe to do it. Kind of adds a little character, but I just want to make sure everything's working good on the inside. But yeah, I mean, these are not quickies. They're nice and smooth. Of course, with KSR, you just get the best. Really, at the end of the day, KSR gives you the best. They charge a premium, but they're not taking from you without giving to you. So yeah, you pay a premium, but you get a premium. And that right there, my friends, is the Vesta. In my opinion, the do-it-all pedal by KSR. Just saying. Might want to give it a try. Never know. Could be for you too. I like this more than the series. Just go put that out there. Ciao. Later, man.